Good evening. In this video, we're going to spend a little time talking about how to get to and navigate around the website for our online course, which is going to be necessary in order for you to complete the course and submit all the assignments that are required for the course. When you first log on to Moodle, this will be the page that comes up. If you have any messages waiting for you, they'll be over here in the corner. These messages could either be from myself or from other members of the class. All you have to do is simply click on them and a dialog box will pop up with the message and with a box that you can also type into in order to return any message. If there are no messages waiting for you, then simply scroll down to the icon for this course, which is the Spring 2013 Physical Science 1000 Section 51 class. Double click on that. That will take you to the course homepage, which looks like this. Things to note about the course homepage are, first of all, if you're new to Moodle, there are some helpful links that you can click onto to help understand how to navigate Moodle itself, and also how to connect to support services for using Moodle. Note, this is for the Moodle system. If you have questions specifically about the course and how to deal with things in the course, those should be directed to me. A few things to note on the home page for the course. First of all are my email addresses. There are two of them, an on-campus email address and a home email address. I'm only on campus twice a week this semester, so I will only be checking my on-campus email probably twice a week. If you need to reach me quickly, it's always best to send email to both addresses. Okay, I do check my home email at least once a day, so I will get them that way. Otherwise, you can leave a message for me on my office phone, which has a voicemail ability, and I will get back to you once I check my office phone. Several other things to note on the page that I've already posted, beginning with the course syllabus. The course syllabus, if you haven't already done so, you should log on to that and take some time to read it. In particular, it tells you when my office hours are, which will be those days I'm on campus, Monday and Wednesdays, and when you can reach me online. Also, it goes through a lot of other information about what the course expectations are and what you will need to do in order to successfully negotiate the class, including how many points for what activities you can gather, and what the final breakdowns of grades are going to be. You should probably print out a copy of this so you have it handy for yourself throughout the semester, and you can use it as reference as you go along. Another useful site on the main page is the handout number 1, how to facilitate an online discussion. This particular handout will talk about how to utilize the dialog box for forum discussions related to the material in the course. You will note that there are assignments for every student in the class and the weeks in which they will need to perform those assignments, and this document also gives you more information about what is expected when you are responsible for initiating an online discussion, as well as how you are to respond to people who have initiated online discussions. We'll talk more about this aspect of the course next week or the end of this week as we get farther into it, especially since you won't need to post anything for this week. All right. One of the most important things that you will need to do is to each week look at the icon for the week's activities, which is right here. Note, for this first week, I put in large bold letters, click on week 1 activities below and follow the instructions. So simply click on week 1 activities, and you will get this document. You'll note that your week 1 activities, the most important thing to do is to obtain the textbook. You must get the textbook. It is required. You cannot do an online course without reading the textbook. Okay, I will be providing some introductory videos each week to each module, but those by no means are meant to be in place of the text and will not in any way be as detailed as what you will need to obtain from your readings. So make sure you get the textbook and get it immediately because you need it by the end of the week for the first quiz. Also, you will need to look at 4 different videos. Okay, some of them, as you can see, I've already posted the web address. The other ones still have to have the web addresses posted because in some cases I'm still making the video as I am this one. So for the week's activities, there will usually be several different things that you need to do. So for instance, in week 1, this first week, it says watch the 4 videos that will have URLs posted right above. So each of the 4 videos are listed there. They'll have their URLs posted after them. You are to read the chapter 1, Science and the Environment. Okay. In the do section for this week's activities, normally there would be instructions for posting an article. No one's assigned for this first week because I want you to make sure that you get up to speed with regard to getting the book and reading it and preparing for the quiz. You'll note that the quiz is listed as the last item on the week's activities. Note that the quiz is only available during a specific time. It will be open to you beginning Saturday at noon. Okay, that's Saturday, January 19th. And it will close at midnight on Sunday. All right, so you have approximately 36 hours in which to log on to the quiz and take the quiz. The quiz, as we will talk about in another video, is a 1-hour timed multiple choice quiz. But believe me, you cannot do well on that quiz if you have not first read the chapter as well as viewed all the videos that have been assigned for that week, as well as reviewed and read all of the online discussions and postings for that week. So make sure that you leave enough time to carry out all of those activities prior to taking the quiz, which again, you can start no sooner than noon on Saturday, and will close by midnight on Sunday. If you miss the close date, you cannot make up the quiz. Okay, these are timed online quizzes. If you miss them, you miss them. Okay, now there will be a small opportunity for some extra credit, but it will not be enough to make up a missed quiz. So you don't want to miss any quizzes. The fact that you have 36 hours to do them should be more than sufficient so that you can fulfill that requirement of the course. All right. So when the time does come to take the quiz, you will click on Quiz Week 1, and you will get a page that comes up. As you can see right here, it says the quiz will not be available till Saturday, January at 12 p.m. All right, that's 12 noon. All right. At that point, then you'll be able to access the quiz and take it. Going back then, and that's a good example of what to do when navigating it. You'll see when you want to get around on the site, there's a navigation bar at the top. Okay, right now we're looking at Quiz 1, Week 1. It's under the subject heading of quizzes. And if we want to go back to the web page for the class, we click here on Spring, and it takes us back to the page we just exited. All right, so we will talk more in the next video about how to do postings. The first posting will not be due until week 2, and we have 4 students assigned to do postings, but not only will they be posting articles, but everybody else in the class will also be responsible for responding to those articles. But we'll talk about that in a new in a new video. A couple of other things that will be of interest to you, not the least of which will be grades. There is a section here for grades. If you click on that, hopefully it will come up. Here we go. You will be able to see the grades that you have earned in the course so far and keep track of where you are. It will tell you, again, for each of the different categories of activities, quizzes, article postings, responses to postings, and also a reflection paper we'll talk about more in another video. It lists the number of points that are available, the number of points you've gotten, and it will give you an overall course percentage, which will give you an idea of how well you're doing. So regularly checking your grades is a good thing to do to make sure that everything you've done has been properly recorded. If you have any concerns or are there any discrepancies, please get back to me as soon as possible so that we can straighten them out if necessary. Another thing that you may find of interest is the participants listing. The participants listing gives you this readout. This actually is more helpful for me than anyone else because it tells me who's been on the site, or the course site, and how recently. This lets me know if you're participating in the course. It lets me know if you've taken the quizzes, which is going to be very important over the weekend. If I see there are people who have not logged on yet, I may send you a prompt or email, but it helps me determine how well you are participating and following what's going on in the class. And so you want to make sure that you log on to the course site, regularly throughout the week. And that gives me an idea of how well you're doing and where I might be able to assist you. So that's it as far as the course site is concerned. Each week a new section will open up to you as we get to it, and we'll proceed through the semester that way, and I anticipate that we'll have an interesting time. I've taught this course a number of times. Students always tell me that they've learned a lot of useful information, a lot of stuff that they didn't know before, and in particularly I learn a lot from the dialogue boxes in the forums where you come up with articles about what's going on in the environment. Many times there's stuff that you will find that I've never heard before that I end up incorporating into the course itself. So I look forward to working with you. I hope you enjoy the course. I hope you enjoy the flexibility of being able to do a course on your own time. But on your own time does not mean whenever you want. There are deadlines. You need to respect those deadlines if you want to do well in the course. But other than that, I look forward to working with you, and I'll see you on some new videos shortly.